Okay, come. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. If everyone would like to take their seats. We're going to ask the audience to please rise for the procession of the staff, faculty, and most important, the graduates, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. You may be seated. I would like to welcome everyone to the Fall 2014 Commencement Ceremony for Ameritech College. I would also like to recognize our newly appointed CEO, Julie Aiken. Julie? And to begin, I'm Dr. Melissa Popovich, the online campus executive director, as well as the director of the newly launched RN to BSN degree completion program. And I would love for the graduates of this new program, because this is their first graduation, to please stand. Okay, so we're few in numbers, but we're mighty, okay? So we want to welcome friends and family that are in attendance here tonight, commending you for your support of Ameritech College, and most importantly, your support that you've given to your graduating student. Students, let's give a round of applause to our family and our friends for all of their support. So now, graduates, you have formally and officially completed your program of study, and you're ready to move into your next adventure in your new careers. Our ceremony this evening, in fact, is designed to formally create that very transition from your studies to your professional endeavors. We'll be celebrating your accomplishments and applaud your efforts. This ceremony also represents an official endorsement of your readiness to enter the workforce as graduates with the skills and dispositions to become competent professionals in your fields of study. Our ceremony this evening will commence as follows. We will first be pleased to hear from our keynote speaker, and then we'll hear from our graduate students. And finally, we'll conclude the ceremony with a conferral of diplomas and degrees. At this time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Mayor Mia Love. She is the daughter of a Haitian American parents who legally immigrated to the United States in the early 1970s with the hopes and dreams that they would one day achieve the American dream for themselves and their children. Born in Brooklyn, Mia was raised primarily in Connecticut and graduated from the University of Hartford with a degree in fine arts. Soon after graduation, Mia moved to Utah and married her husband, Jason Love. Mia won the seat on Sarasota Springs City Council in 2003, and 6 years later, she was elected mayor of Sarasota Springs with nearly 60% of the vote. During her one full term as mayor, Mia pursued an agenda focused on reducing city spending, promoting economic growth, and implementing sound fiscal policies. Despite the recent economic downturn, Sarasota Springs continues to hold the highest bond rating possible for a city of that size. Over the past 3 years, the city has also been awarded the Government Finance Officers Association Distinguished Budget Presentation Award. Only a handful of cities and towns in the state of Utah receive this prestigious award annually. Citing the importance of getting federal spending under control, Mia announced last May that she is again running to represent Utah's 4th Congressional District. At the 2014 Utah Republican Nominating Convention, Mia received over 78% of the delegates' votes to become the Republican nominee for Utah's 4th Congressional District. Please give a warm welcome to Mia Love.
Gosh, enough about me. Well, first of all, I want you to know that I am absolutely just thankful to be here today. When I was speaking to some of the leaders of Ameritech, they said, do you do graduations? Do you speak at graduations? I said, absolutely. It's one of my favorite things to do because you've accomplished something amazing, and it's to be commended, and I like to be part of that. So the bio was, thank you, it was so long. I always get nervous when people talk about me because it's not really about me. It's about getting out and doing a job and making sure that you do the best job that you possibly can. I want to just tell you a little bit of a little story. I hope to leave you with 3 of the best advice I've ever been given, and hopefully that'll help you in your life as you go out and become successful and become independent and serve in your communities. My mom, I talk about my dad a lot, but my mom was just an incredible cook. She cooked Caribbean food all the time, and she always encouraged my sister and I to work and try and cook on our own. So she let us experiment in her kitchen. So one day I was making what kind of looked like a cobbler. I put the ingredients in, and I thought it was going to be great, stuck it in the oven, a great big pan of it. And I guess I put too much in because the whole thing started to bubble over, and there was this sugary burnt mess at the bottom of the oven. And for weeks, anytime anyone turned on the oven, it would smoke the kitchen out. So finally, my mom, on a Saturday, I came downstairs and she was scrubbing away at the oven. Well, it's funny because years later, I have a family of my own. She actually came out to help me with the kids, and she decided that she was going to put a lasagna in my oven. And the first thing I did was hurry up, open the oven, pulled it out, put a cookie sheet under it, put aluminum foil on the cookie sheet, and then stuck it back in the oven. And she said, "Mia, what are you doing?" I said, "It might bubble over." And she said, "But do you remember what you did to my oven?" And I said, "Yes, but I paid for this one." She's like, obviously, when you work for something and you pay for something, you care more about it. And she's always teaching me these lessons. So I would say the first advice that I would give you, that my parents gave me: take responsibility for the things that you do. Make sure that you're going out and you're trying and you're taking smart risks. And understand that failure is not final. Failure actually makes people better. If you learn from your mistakes, if you learn from the things that you've done, and if you're out there at least trying it, you'll be better off for it. And take personal responsibility. Understand that you're not going to know every single thing. No one does. But the more you fail, the more you grow. I tell my son this all the time when he's trying to read and he struggles with a word. I say this to him. I say, whenever you're struggling, your brain's actually growing. Good job struggling through that one. The second advice would be, don't live in this mold that society tells you to live in. I was on a plane one day and I was reading an article, and it was about Martin Luther King's first speech. And this was the speech where he was talking. It was the March on Washington. It was the first time he was speaking in Washington. And this is the "I Have a Dream" speech, which I'm sure everybody here knows, right? Yes? Okay. Don't raise your hand if you don't. It was interesting because they went back and they started telling a story of his approach to the speech. He had two people that were giving him advice. They said, "Martin, you need to be a political wonk. Make sure that this speech is about policy. People want to know that you are smart enough to sit at the table, that you're ready to represent them. So make it about policy." And then the other advice was, "Martin, you are a preacher. You need to take them to church." He said, "Tell them about all of the things that you talk about. Do the same thing that you do in church." So at the end of the day, Martin actually chose the political speech, the policy wonk. So he sat down and he started reading through the speech and he looked at everyone. And then finally, there was a lady, Mahalia Jackson, who was a gospel singer, a good friend of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King. She yelled out to him, "Martin, tell them about the dream, Martin. Tell them about the dream." And he puts down his papers, and then he begins his "I Have a Dream" speech. And he talks about, my favorite part of the speech is when he talks about his children and how his children will one day live in a country where they are no longer judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. He refused to fit this mold that society told him to live in. I was in Chicago and I reminded people of that speech. I was speaking to a group of aspiring attorneys, black attorneys, as a matter of fact, in Chicago. Many people told me not to go. They said, "Mia, they're not going to like you there." But I decided to go anyway, and I told them about myself, and I told them about this story. And one lady stood up and she said, "I don't understand, Mia, how you can be a black female Republican in Utah living in today's America. It makes no sense." And I looked at her and I said, "It's because I refuse to fit this mold that society tells me to fit into." Imagine if people like Martin Luther King decided to take the idea that government said that he was a second-class citizen, you would not be here today. So, not only do I not want you to just take what I'm telling you, but I want you to preserve the ability to make decisions in your home. And I'm giving you that advice also. Don't fit this mold that society tells you to fit into. Go out, figure out who you are and what you believe in. Make sure you are asking questions, and if they don't sit well with you, push back. Again, you grow from that. And last but not least, give back. We are trying to make sure that we are bringing people from the lowest common denominator up, because independent people are able to give back to their countries, to their state, to their communities. I took my dad with me to college on the first day of college. I took him with me because he's the fun parent. And he looked at me and he said, "Mia, your mother and I have done everything we could to get you here today." This is the advice he gave me. "We've done everything we could. We came to this country with just $10 in our pocket. You are not going to be a burden to society. You are going to give back." I'm going to leave you with that same advice that my father gave me. Your parents, your friends, your family members have done quite a bit, or yourself, done quite a bit to make sure that you are where you are. You will not be a burden to society. You will give back. You will find a way to make sure that you care for those who cannot care for themselves, that you are going to give your talents and your efforts to those in need. That's what makes us American. That's what makes us such a great country. And if you remember that, we are in good hands. I have had a really interesting time traveling the country, representing Utah to the rest of the nation. And I can tell you, there's no better place than this state. This is where I chose to raise my family. This is where I chose to live. This is a great place to be able to get an education, raise a family, and follow your dreams. Let's make sure that we're all working together so that the American dream rolls on. I'm proud of you. Be proud of the accomplishments that you have achieved today. This is a great day. It's springtime. Congratulations, and God bless every single one of you, and God bless this great nation, the United States of America. Thank you.
Phew, that was a hard act to follow. I'm not sure what to say next. Mia, that was great. Thank you so much for sharing with us and your time. Okay, so we need to move on, right? Now we're going to get to hear from our student speakers. We're very pleased to hear from a variety of the programs and the students representing those programs. If you want to look at your agendas and your commencement program, you can see the list of our amazing student speakers and the programs that they represent. There is one error that I want to point out. Apologies to the student, Mili Mave. She will be the student speaker for Healthcare Office Specialist. Mili, we will correct and get the corrected to you. Sincere apologies. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to begin the student speakers with the introduction of Nels Huso. I've known Nels for the past year because he is one of the first Ameritech graduates for the BSN completion program. Nels?
Thank you. It's an honor to be chosen to be the voice of a graduating class. Is it tacky that I have my notes on my phone? Or am I actively engaging in the incorporation of technology within my profession? Is any of the faculty behind that? Probably not. All right. But yes, it is. It's an accomplishment and honor to be here. Everybody that is here that has graduated in all the different professions, it's been an incredible amount of work. I think that's pretty safe for us all to say. Everyone has banded together and kind of become family, so to speak. Even members of the faculty, I mean, I consider them a part of my extended family. For the most of us, we spent more time with them than our real family, and you know, even the online portion, it's tough because it still takes away from your family. But it's still, there is no substitute for our real family, and that's One of the main reasons that we are here is because we wanted to give back to our family, to provide a better life for our family. And it's through their support that we are able to be here today. So I would like to thank all the family members that have helped support us and have encouraged us to continue on. So I'd like to give them an applause right now. So in conclusion, I just want to say that it has been worth it, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we have graduated.
Congratulations, graduates. We made it through possibly the hardest 18 months of our lives. We struggled harder than we knew we would, and it pushed us to stretch beyond ourselves. We cried together as we didn't think that we could take it any longer, and somehow kept motivating each other to keep going. We laughed together, as Lona would say her unique phrases like, "That zit is jihugic," or Joyce rattling off labor and delivery stories like when her patient had an umbilical cord prolapse and she had to jump on the table with her arm up the mother's wah-wah, being wheeled into the OR. We bonded as Marianne, Carla, Joyce, and other professors shared intimate stories of their lives with us and entrusted us with such personal and inspiring experiences. They motivated us to become better nurses simply because we knew they cared about us. Sometimes in class, our discussions got a little heated, and the beauty of each of our unique personalities and opinions came out, and we learned from each other. And all of those experiences together made every day of nursing school worth it. I never said it would be easy, I only said it would be worth it. So why is all of this worth it? Why did we work so hard to get our registered nurse? Is it just to have the symbols RN behind our name? Was it to prove to our families, friends, or teachers that we could do it? If those were the reasons, I would have given up a long time ago. The reason we did it was to prove to ourselves that we could do hard things, that we could accomplish what seems like to some as impossible, and we did it. So pat yourselves on the back and recognize what you just accomplished. We could not have done it without the support of our families, friends, and our professors. Each one of you had an individual impact on our experience through nursing school, and I want to thank each one of you for being the support we needed. You were the shoulder we needed to cry on, the words we needed to hear, and the love we needed to feel. For some, this is your accomplishment too. As we walked out of our last exam of nursing school, we were brought to tears as we saw Brenda's husband and kids waiting outside the door with a sign that said, "Congratulations." Those kind of experiences are what helped us endure through nursing school. So thank you, family and friends, for making it possible. So now what? How do we become the best nurses that we can be? There's a documentary called The American Nurse Project, where the filmmaker captures the inspiring life stories of nurses making a difference. And I want to recount one such story told by a flight nurse named Venus. Quote, "My father was in a motorcycle accident 4 years ago. He lived in rural Iowa, and he was very badly injured. Another flight team went out to get him, but he didn't survive, and that shook my whole foundation. When I came back to work, everything seemed more personal to me. I used to not want to know the name of the patient or make it personal in any way when we picked someone up in the helicopter. I thought it made it easier to pick them up and then drop them off if I didn't make any emotional connection. But after my dad died, I started making it a point to talk to the families before we took off. I'd take 2 minutes to say, 'My name is Venus, and I'm going to be flying your loved one to Omaha. Can I get your phone number? When we get there, I'll call you and let you know how it went.' I make sure they come into the helicopter and give their loved one a kiss goodbye or say whatever they want to him or her. I realized that one thing that killed me was not knowing what was going on with my dad during the process. I don't think this gesture is a waste of time anymore. Close quote. You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, and I guarantee you win no matter the outcome. We can be the nurses that aren't afraid to make it personal. We can be the nurses that sit down by the bedside of our patients and listen to their life story. We can be the nurses that take the orneriest patients because we know they deserve to be loved and cared for. We can be the nurses that help comfort patients who are depressed and stuck in a small hospital room. We can ultimately be the one who changes our patients' lives because they know we care. So let us make a difference. Let us be the nurses we are meant to be. Thank you.
All right, well, it's great to be up here for one thing, and I do want to thank everyone for helping everyone get this far. Nurses, medical assisting, everybody that's went to this school. I'm proud of all of you for making it this far, and it's great to be here today. For me, Ameritech College offered a lot more than an education. I can honestly say that by choosing to seek an education here, I have learned a lot about the person I am going to be. The dental lab program at Ameritech was one of the most enjoyable experiences I have had with schooling. Looking back on the time, I took a tour through the school to learn more about the program. I saw some of the crowns and bridges that were made, and I remember just thinking of the skill it would take to make something intricate and small like a tooth, let alone make it look like a tooth. The artistic quality of the crowns that I saw, though, that's what drew me into seeking a career in the dental lab program. It was a challenge at first, and I can look back to the first few months of school and ponder if I would ever be able to make it up here and to grasp the concepts. However, as time went by, I feel like all my classmates embraced this field. We watched our talents develop. We grew to enjoy going to school in the morning every day, eager for what each day had in store for us. One of my favorite aspects of being a student at Ameritech College was the hands-on learning that it required in the dental program. While it was interesting learning the different features of teeth and the bookwork, if you will, it was more than that. It was about creating something beautiful that could enhance someone's day-to-day life. I am grateful to have chosen the dental lab program, and I'm also happy for the doors for this open for all of us. My classmates here are some of the most talented artists I have met, and I am proud of everyone for making it to this day. We have all proven that we are fit for this field, and I can only hope the best for each and every one of them. For what Ameritech College has taught me, I am excited about my future and what my classmates have to offer this dental industry. Thank you again, everybody, and go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause.
So I was more than willing to give my speech to the person that was actually on here. So, good evening, honored guests, ladies, gentlemen, and graduates. I stand before you this evening duly humbled and in awe of the distinguished and hard-earned accomplishment awarded to each and every single one of you on this unforgettable and loving, long-awaited day. Look at you. You are gowned and tasseled, and you're ready to take on the world. Let's indulge in the bounty of choices, possibilities, and adventures that are ripe and ready for our taking. Life is a wonderful journey, a course that you set and determined by the choices you make each day. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So as you step out to meet the world with your mind prepared and your skills tuned, I urge you to set your direction with a positive attitude and a strong spirit. Robert Gallagher said that change is inevitable, except from a vending machine. As you stand on the brink of moving into life beyond Ameritech, change will be inevitable. It is inevitable and indeed gratifying to see that our graduating class matured and became skills proficient ready to tackle and further our lifelong education. It is inevitable that we will face new challenges, just as we have seen the changes over the past year here at Ameritech. It is inevitable that things may seem a little different at the year to come. Yes, life is definitely going to become a little shaken up and stirred. Celebrate the days of success, like getting through anatomy in Craig's class, and always preparing for the challenges that meet each of us as we venture through life. For although we may consciously make the most positive of decisions day to day, you and I know that there will always be hard days. It is during the times of success that people will know your name, and it is during the times of trouble that people will know your character. Good or bad, long or short, I will always remember this place. I can't say I've spent as many hours as some of us have between these walls. Our instructors, of course, spend an inhumane amount of time here, and many students do as well. It has been a long couple of years and a short couple of years. Long because of the drama and the homework and the boring readings and all the other pitfalls that hit us in school. Short because of the lifelong friendships, the lasting memories, and the truly interesting and amazing things that we have learned between the occasional bits of drudgery. You have now received your education, so what's next? You are equipped to take on the world. The possibilities are endless. Your life is now your destiny. You survived anatomy and medical terminology. You survived billing and coding. You survived midterms and finals. You survived your clinicals. You even survived your externships. You have accomplished all these things on your own with the support of your family and friends and instructors. So you can do anything that you want. Dreams do come true with a lot of hard work. We have built a strong foundation for the future here at Ameritech. A quote by Frank Outlaw reads, "Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny." I want each of you to always remember that you make your own destiny, and with a kind heart and a willing spirit, you may even help someone else along the way to find their destiny, and to help make the world a better place for those that come after us. Ladies and gentlemen, as you face and tackle the inevitable changes, hold true to yourself. Remember to hold on to your value system, your work ethic, and most importantly, your humanity. It is these qualities that will guide you through your journey. Today's achievements may fade or even be forgotten. The applause may become a distant memory, and your certificates and medals may gather dust on a shelf or in a drawer. But you will always be remembered for caring enough, for helping someone, for making someone feel special and appreciated, and for being the kind person that others enjoy spending time with. Before I close, I want to thank all of our instructors for their dedication and patience in helping each of us accomplish a part of our dream. I want to thank our families for their love and support during the long nights of reading and studying. And thanks to the friends that we've made who've made showing up to class each day bearable. Your life is remarkable. I have no doubt that you will rise to it. Congratulations, we made it.
Hello. Oh, wow. Really? I'm Nelson. First off, I'd like to take the time to thank everybody for joining us in today's ceremony. I would also like to say to the graduates, congratulations. You guys deserve it. We all deserve it. Thank you to the staff and administration and family members, friends, for being there and supporting us all in our decisions. Well, it seems like almost yesterday I walked into class and I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking to myself, like, what did I get myself into? I didn't know what I had done. First couple weeks went by, and it was a little weird. I had made a decision to go back to school. I didn't know if it was really what I wanted. I thought about giving up. Thought about quitting. But with the support of my family and my friends, got through with it. But look where we are now. You know, we're all graduating. Yeah. Let's see. And not all my fellow classmates are here. Well, at least all of them. Some of them are here. After getting to know all the classmates, class wasn't too bad. It wasn't something I dreaded. I enjoyed going to school. I looked forward to it. They made it fun for me. It was something that I enjoyed doing. My experience with Ameritech was very good. I definitely recommend it to anybody. I have nothing bad to say about the school. They care about us as students. They prepare us well. They're very knowledgeable, that's for sure. Teachers know what they're doing. Everything runs really smoothly. This wasn't easy. You know, it wasn't easy for any of us. And as one of many of the students here today, I think I speak for most of us when I say that it's well deserved. You guys all deserve it. Let's see. Now all we can do is just look back and remember, you know, how it was in class, sitting there all together, trying to finish an assignment, trying to study up, you know, try not to goof around too much in class. But at the same time, you know, when it came down to getting something done, well, it got done. Let's see. But if it wasn't for the good times with my fellow classmates, it wouldn't have made my experience at Ameritech or at school, you know, the experience it was. Now we go our separate ways. Some of us will go straight back to school. Some of us will go straight to work. Some of us might end up working at a clinic, working at a hospital, at a dentist's office, a gym. Some of you might even end up becoming doctors or dentists, you know. Or there might be some of you that don't even know what you want to do yet, you know. But like Tom Hanks said, you never, my mama once said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That's Forrest Gump, by the way. We all have goals and dreams we want to pursue. And you can't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. You're the one who makes that decision for yourself. Let's see. Follow your passion. Be prepared to work hard and sacrifice. And above all, don't let anyone limit your dreams. It's Donovan Bailey. And just when you feel like you can't do it anymore, when you feel like you're not capable of finishing what you started, don't think about how much more you have to finish. Just think about how far you've made it. And if that's not enough, you know, think about your family, your friends, you know, the ones that support you the most, teachers, whoever it may be. And remember, patience is key to joy. So have a positive attitude, and regardless of, don't ever let yourself down for whatever it may be. Keep on keeping on. Or, like Dory from Finding Nemo says, just keep swimming. Thanks.
All right, let's give one more level of applause to all of our student speakers for the time and the efforts. So a few instructions, right? You're used to instructions, and I get to give you a few more, right, as graduates. So as you approach the stage for the next part of the ceremony, please enter to my left to receive your diploma case and exit the stage to my right. And please pause for a brief photograph along the way. Then follow the instructions of the ushers as you return to your designated seat areas. So now's the time, the fun time for the graduates. I'm going to turn the ceremony over to our Vice President of Student Services, Linda Peterson.
We would like at this time to recognize students who have shown academic excellence by achieving a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 or greater, as signified by a gold cord throughout their entire education at Ameritech College. The red, white, and blue cord represents perfect attendance. This notation is also included in the commencement program. Would the healthcare office specialist graduates please rise and approach the stage? Della Roca. Mele Mavai. For the benefit of the audience, we have a medical assisting program in Draper and Provo, and we would like to have the Provo graduates approach the stage first for the medical assistant graduates. Carly Tomberlin. Nicole Nelson. Lisa Garrett. Alexis Walkenhorst. Erin Coletta. Sarah Jensen. Kathy Burton. Shaylee Wingett. Alex Salois. Cindy Meza. Marisol Zuazo. Nelson Reyes. For the Bachelor of Science nursing degree, if you would please approach the stage, we're very thrilled to have our very first graduating class of Bachelor of Science degree completion nurses since the program's inception just 1 year ago. Nels Huso. Andrea Huso. Not all of the graduates in this program were able to attend tonight, but we did want to recognize them just the same. Also graduating from this program were Megan Burks, Stephanie Murdoch, Amy Nicole Rowland, Sarah Steed, and Jeanette Tiffany. Thank you. We now have the personal fitness trainer graduates. Courtney Torgerson. Casey Archuleta. John Paul Cadavid. Jesus Olivares. We now have the surgical technologist graduates. Shalisa Jacobson. Next, we'll have the dental laboratory technician graduates. Sarianne Barnson. Shelby Larson. Michelle Candland. Rebecca Reyna Stewart. Turner Craig Stuckey. James Sumner. Christian N. Christiansen. Karen Vargas. Harrison Prada. Dominic Alvarado. Efrain Almanza. Taylor Young. Now we have the medical assistant graduates from Draper. Jory Barlow. Keisha Wells. Stormy Hacking. Angela Fulmer. David No. Constance Tapia. We'll now have the Associate of Applied Science Nursing graduates. Megan Catherine Hamilton. Brittany Pape. Rachna Masih. Flor Sedano. Kylie Greenalch. Lydia Murdoch. Jody Sue Seavey. Chad Dodger Himmer. Ryan Thomas Howard. John Nash. Crystal Hernandez. Brenda Evans. Cherie Christensen. Raylyn Kinder. Vanessa Sumner. Holly Sostrom. Tiffany Lee Saunders. Tony Varney. Kirsten D. Cameron Hardman. Katrina Thomas. April Ann Purdy. Elise Elmer. Kristen Fox. Molly Boyack. Patrick Parker. Brittany Daniel. Casey Hutchings. Jacqueline Acevedo. Tawny Case. Emily Morgan. Abby Madsen. Trina Mearsman. Lindsay Michelle Carr. Evangelina Kusulos Muir. Nicole Dale. Nathan Morris. Samantha Murray. JC Fehrenbach. Megan Wilson. Last but not least, Amy Colby.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, graduates, and once again, congratulations. As we conclude our presentation of diplomas, we wish to briefly make mention of our medical billing and coding online graduates. As you may or may not know, Ameritech currently has online graduates in nearly every state across the country. For obvious reasons, the remainder of the out-of-state students could not be present with us. But like each of our graduates here tonight, they have worked very hard to complete their studies and are looking forward to starting new careers in the healthcare field. We send congratulatory thoughts and best wishes their way. The online student services and career services advisors will now read the names of those graduates as this ceremony is being streamed for their friends and family.
It gives me great pleasure to read these graduates: Linda M. Allen, Marty Baker, Ione Rose Beckford, Stephen Clark, Rhonda M. Elrod, Heidi L. Gilbert, Mildred D. Goodall, Denise Irene Hamlin, LaShonda Latrice Harris, Ashley Lynette Harrison, Latoya Ann Anderson Baker Logan, Angela M. Butash, Tamara Joanne Cry, Takesha L. Davis, Nikki Delaval, Morgan L. Druin, Angela Hansen, Deidre LaFay Harris, Tamika Hawthorne, Shamika Yvette Johnson, Tanya Johnson, Ashley Renee Jones, Tracy L. King, Sharon L. Layden,
Christina V. Jacobs, Lisa Lynette Lockett, Tamika Point McClure, Darcy J. Musser, Heather L. O'Neill, Lisa Ann Rodriguez, Thomasina Singleton, Michelle L. Smith, Giselle Stomazewski, Melissa S. Stevens, Alicia K. Mead, Kimberlyn J. Oldenburg, Danielle Gale Smith, Donna Vinge, Gabrielle Williams, L. Christine Bunker, Denise Garner, LaShawn Hurd, Stacy Johnson, Sheila Jones Gant, Miranda Nicole Rosales,
Robin Sylvester, Sharita Shane Williams, Gloria Dean Williams, Diane D. Williford, Margot Boatwright, Christina Cortez, Wilma Joyce Leonard, Geraldine Elaine Smith, Jennifer Renee Williams, and that's all.
Let's have another round of applause for not only our graduates present, but also our graduates who are watching it streamed. You know, it's amazing to sit and watch faces of all of the graduates as they walked across the stage. Such joy and excitement and celebration, the purpose of this ceremony. The best part's yet to come. So as we conclude this evening, we will turn the remainder of the ceremony over to our online campus Dean of Academic Affairs, Jennifer Kirchie, who will confer the diplomas and present the graduates. Dean Kirchie.
Thank you, Dr. Popovich. Good evening. Congratulations to all of you before me and those of you online watching. This was huge. This is the good part. Will all candidates for graduation please rise? On behalf of Ameritech College, I certify that each of these candidates has met the academic standards and completed the necessary graduation requirements. At this time, graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying the completion of your studies and the transition from your academic experience to your professional career. It's my honor to now confer upon you the status of Ameritech College graduate with the rights, honors, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Graduates, at this time, please turn and face the audience. Graduates, please take a moment and make eye contact with your friends and family in attendance this evening. Along with your hard work, graduates, there have been others who have also made sacrifices on your behalf. Spouses, children, parents, friends, and others. Remember that your time in college was not easy for them either. I would now ask that you give a round of applause to those who have sacrificed and stood at your side during the completion of your educational experience. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude our ceremony, it is with pride and full confidence that I present the most recent graduating class of Ameritech College. Good night, and thank you so much for attending. Congratulations, everyone.